Hello and welcome everyone to Game 3 between Mario playing Mono Black and me playing Bant. I go first and I play a tapped Breeding Pool. Mario follows that up by playing a tapped Blood Crypt. I put a Sulphur Falls and cast a Farseek, getting myself a Temple Garden. A Swamp's put down, and then he summons a Gloom Surgeon. I put a tapped Steam Vents into play and end my turn. Mario plays his second swamp and attacks me for 2. Post combat, he enchants an Underworld connection to his swamp. At the end of his turn, I cast an Azorius Charm and draw a card. I put down a Sunpetal Grove, then tap 5 for a Thragtusk, gaining myself 5 life. Mario casts a Duress, revealing a Thragtusk, a Supreme Verdict, an Azorius Charm, and a Wolf Run. He then makes me discard the Supreme Verdict. He follows that up by paying 1 life and drawing a card. Finally, he casts a Pithing Needle, naming Wolf Run. During my turn, I Detention Sphere his Pithing Needle. I then play a Wolf Run. I then go into the red zone with my Thragtusk, which is blocked by the Gloom Surgeon. Mario exiles a Swamp, a Dreadbore, a Cryptghast, a Sign in Blood, and a Grizzlebrand. Mario skips his turn, so I draw a card with my Azorius Charm. Before attacking, I activate my Kessig Wolf Run, pumping up my Thragtusk, and in response, Mario casts a Victim of Night. At the end of my turn, Mario pays a life and draws a card. During his turn, he then pays another life and draws a card. He finds his 4th land and puts it on the field. During my turn, I attack with my 3/3, and suffers the same fate as my Thragtusk. Mario puts down his 5th land, he then taps 4 for a Cryptghast. He then brings me down to 21 with his Gloom Surgeon. At the end of his turn, I cast a Sphinx's Revelation for 4. I put down a Glacial Fortress, then cast a Centaur Healer. At the end of my turn, Mario pays a life and draws a card. Mario pays 1 and casts a Duress, revealing a Drogskull Reaver, a Thragtusk, a Restoration Angel, a Centaur Healer, and an Azorius Charm. He has no choice but choose the Azorius Charm. He follows that up with a Vampire Nighthawk and Extorts. At the end of a turn, I cast a Restoration Angel, targeting my Centaur Healer, gaining myself 3 life. I put my team sideways. The Vampire jumps in front of my Angel, and the Gloom Surgeon in front of my Centaur. Before damage is dealt, I activate my Wolf Run, targeting my Centaur Healer, giving it +5/+0 and Trample. Mario takes a total of 7 damage but gains 2 life with his Vampire, and exiles a Liliana of the Dark Realms. On his turn, he casts a Grizzlebrand and Extorts. He then attacks with his Gloom Surgeon and his Cryptghast. I lay down a Sulphur Falls and decide to wipe the board with a Supreme Verdict. Post Verdict, I summon a Thragtusk. Mario casts another Duress. It reveals a Centaur Healer and a Drogskull Reaver. He then taps everything for a Mutilate. I attack with my Beast and pump him for 6. Mario pays 1 and draws a card. He puts down a Swamp and ends the turn. I put down a Clifftop Retreat, then attack with my Beast, which is met with a Victim of Night. Post combat, I cast a Drogskull Reaver. Mario puts down another Swamp and casts another Mutilate. He follows that up by paying a life and drawing a card. I tap 2 and play an Augur Bolus, revealing a Sphinx's Revelation and putting it in my hand. Mario casts a Duress, which is then negated. He follows that up with a Slaughter Games, naming Restoration Angel. At the end of his turn, I Sphinx's Revelation for 3. I play a Sunpetal Grove and attack with my Augur Bolus, which is then killed with a Victim of Night. Post combat, I cast a Centaur Healer, then cast another one. Mario plays a Dragonskull Summit, and then taps 8 for a Grizzlebrand. I lay down a Plains, then attack with both Centaur Healers. One of them is blocked by a Grizzlebrand, and in response, I cast an Azorius Charm, putting it on top of his library. I then activate my Wolf Run and Mario Scoops, giving me the win for Game 3.
Simone.